Hello friends, welcome to my channel Excellent Coaching. Let us understand how to control confounding variables. So there are different techniques. For example, if we talk about situational variables, how would you control them? Taking an example of an experiment where we want to know the effect of meditation on concentration. So in particular experiment where we want to use the technique of meditation, noise will be an extraneous variable because we don't want any noise in that particular room where the participants are meditating. So to control that noise, which is a situational variable, we will use the technique of elimination. Elimination means you will have to eliminate that particular confounding variable that is disturbing your study. So what you can do here is you can use a soundproof lab for that particular experiment. Another thing you can do is, suppose you cannot eliminate that particular noise or that confounding variable and you don't have an arrangement of soundproof room. What you should do, you should keep the amount of sound constant so that it is affecting the same amount every time you are experimenting, so that there is no change in the result because of the increase and decrease in the amount of noise. So these are the two things which we can do to a situational variable. First is to eliminate. Preference is always to eliminate, but if we can't eliminate, we have to keep it constant. Second, what about organismic confounding variable, where the variables which are related to the human beings. Suppose you want to study the food habits of a culture, and economic background will be an economic extraneous variable. You just want to know the food habits of a culture, what type of food they eat. But again, you see, because of the difference in the economic background of the people, or financial background of the people in that particular culture, the difference in the food habits will come, because as usual the poor families will not be able to afford the particular type of food which is eaten by the affluent families. So now, if you have only noted down the culture in your study, if you had ignored your economic background wala point, then you have obviously not catered to the confounding variable here. So what you can do here is you should use the technique of matching, or it is also called a matched pair or a match group technique. What does this mean, matching? Matching means whenever you are assigning the two people in two different groups. Suppose you are comparing people and you are making two different groups, one is experimental group and one is control group. So what you have to do, you have to take matched pairs. One match pair will go into, one person will go into experiment, other one will go into control. Another match pair. Now match pair means, what are we matching here? We are matching socio-economic background, or we are matching age, or we are matching the geographical area, anything that is required to be matched as per the topic of our study. Taking another example, suppose you want to know whether the people who are studying maths, they perform better in their exams if they do maths while listening music. And you have taken two groups again here. One is experimental group who is listening music while doing maths, and other one is a control group who is not listening music. And you found out through your experiment that listening to music make people do better math, but you have ignored that those people who are there in the experimental group could be people who have already taken extra tuitions for math, or they must have practiced for extra time, that is why they have got more marks. So those are confounding variables which you have to note down. And then what you will do, you will match pair, means for one person who has practiced math more in the experimental group, you will equally put one person in the control group who is equal in the practice as such the person who is in the experimental group. though the people will be in the two different group, both will be having same amount of practice in math, both will be having same maybe same qualification, and then one will be put in the musical group or in the experimental group, and another one will be put in the control group. That is how you will match people, and then you will put them into the different groups. This is called matching. Because by randomly assigning here, your purpose will not be solved. Because if you assign randomly, this could happen that one group will get certain people with more of something, and another group will get people who have less of something. So randomly assigning people will not help you to do matching. You have to maybe by manually or maybe one by one, you have to take out people who are matching in different variables with each other, and then put them into two different groups. Third one is extraneous variable, which is of sequence. Sequence, when I told you, when there are two tasks that have to be done in an experiment, and there are tasks like A and B. So because of certain confounding variables of getting tired or getting better by practice, what you should do is you should change the course of the sequence of the task. Suppose for the one group you give them task A first and then you give task B. For the other group you give task B first and then task A. After doing this, again you can repeat your experiment, and for the first group you give task B first and then A, and for this group you give task A first and then B. By changing the sequence of the task, which technique are you actually applying? You are applying counterbalancing technique. So you are interchanging the order of the task, you are applying counterbalancing technique, so that the result of your experiment is not modified because of people getting tired in any task, or they are getting more practice and better because of the practice. So these are the three techniques. First one is elimination or keeping constant. Second one is, if random assignment is not solving the problem, you match them and then divide into pairs. And third one is counterbalancing, when there are two tasks to be done, two or more tasks to be done in a sequence, you interchange the sequence of the task every time with both the groups. So this way you can try to control those confounding variables which are not required in your experiment. Thanks for watching.